Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me out on the stream? Yeah? Good? Amazing.
That's true. I've been a roadie for almost 21 years. But I don't get paid it.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Yeah, yeah. Hmm? Hello, hello. Shabbat Shalom. How are you?
Yeah, sure. sure. It's good to see you. I noticed you. I heard that you went to the URJ.
I guess I was at URJ 150 last weekend. It was incredible.
I'm happy you went because I wanted to go with everything that was going on in Nairobi and then somehow so when I heard you went, yes.
It was really well.
Yes, I'll send it to you.
Have you been to China?
No, and this was down in this was called where is that? They call it DC, but it's like a part of Prince George's County.
No, this
was
was
the
in DC.
more. This was in actual DC.
It was down. It was like not far from the capital.
Oh, let me make sure. Is there wine? No. I'm gonna put a little bit. Would you like somebody?
Just a tiny bit. I do not like it.
Yeah, just a smidge it.
You already start stream?
Yes, I started the stream. Thank you. You want to check for me? Make sure that it's working. Thank you.
Would you like the rose? Let me ask the girls and rose to light the candle for you.
Is there?
No bar rat mitzvah, just regular when there's none. I know your mom is gonna love that. That's her idea.
Hello. It's good to see you. Yes. Yes, indeed.
I know her.
You know of it? Oh yeah.
Long time ago.
They're on board.
She's 85.
Class of '85, you said?
No, she's 85.
Ah.
I'm not telling how old I am. Young.
We ready? Let's get started. Next part starts high. The third part of this is repeat after me. It goes like this. Ya la la, ya la la, ya la la. Ya la 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 again. Ya la la, ya la la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, I'm so happy to see you all. I'm so happy to be here. In case you don't know me, my name is Noah. My pronouns are he, him. I'm very happy to be back here in town leading today. I grew up here, but I go to school at Brandeis University up in Boston, and I'm back here for the winter holiday. Rabbi Goldstein, as you may know, is in Israel. Too out? Step away. Too fast. Well, Rabbi Goldstein is, as you may know, in Israel, very graciously volunteering as, so much is going on there, and it's really wonderful for him to be there. So I'm here leading services in his place. We'll get started. We're going to start on page 636 with Yedid Nefesh. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai, lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, lai lai lai, yai lai lai, lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Sukat Shelomach, O Tahir Eretz, Mikevodach Nagila V'nismecha bach, O Maher Ahub Kiva Moed V'choneni All right, let us begin our Shabbat service in earnest with the lighting of the Shabbat candles. I'd like to invite up our dear friends to come light the Shabbat candles. Thank you so much. We're on page 120. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you so much. We'll continue with the Kiddush on page 123. We have some Manischewitz, yes? Manischewitz wine right in here. I'm not the biggest fan of wine, as my parents know very well, but we're going to do it anyway for the sake of the ritual. Page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. Yeah. I don't understand how people like this stuff. I don't get it. We're going to continue with Shir Chadash on page 131. I had the great privilege of last weekend being at the URJ 150 conference, and during Friday night services last week, on stage was Julie Silver herself, the person who wrote this melody, singing this melody with everyone, and it was truly a surreal experience. I really enjoyed it, so I hope to share some fraction of that joy with you here tonight. Adonai kol haaretz shiru l'Adonai shir chadash shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz shiru l'Adonai Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and will also all the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai I will sing unto God a new song. Lecha Dodi, page 138, poem written to welcome in the Sabbath bride. Here at Temple of Shalom, we read verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, we'll all rise and face the entrance of our sanctuary as we welcome in the Sabbath bride. Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur kala yalanai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor ha'berachah merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machashavat tefillah lechadoti likrat kala yalanai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela lechadoti likrat kala yalanai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech uri ori, uri uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai alai migla, lechadoti likrat kala yalanai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lechadoti likrat kala yalanai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. We all rise and face the entrance of our sanctuary to welcome in the beautiful Sabbath bride. Hoi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzola toch emunei am segula boi chala lechadoti likrat kala yalanai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela lechadoti likrat kala yalanai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Please be seated. We continue on page 140 at the little indented portion. Tzadikatama yifra ke'eres balvanon yizkeh shetuli beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yaflich od yenuvun deseva deshenim verananim yilu lehakim ki yashar Adonai tzuri velo ablatabo. On page 145, teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. We call each other to prayer with the Baruch Hu on the next page, page 146, and I'll invite you once again to rise in body or in spirit. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam, Le'olam Vaed. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Yalalai, yalai, 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 Please be seated. On the next page, 149. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam, the prayer about God's eternal love, on the next page. Ahavat Olam et Yisrael Amecha Avta Avta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Otanu limadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shoftenu Kumenu nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu Ve'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yom ha'palayla Nege yom ha'palayla Ve'ahavatcha al tasim Imenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema, the declaration of our oneness and consequently God's oneness, on the next page, 152. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit. Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem your children. You shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall light them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. Page 158, our prayer for freedom, Mi Chamocha. There we go. Mi chamocha ba'eni Adonai. Mi chamocha netar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'eni Adonai. Mi chamocha netar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh pelech. Nora tehilot oseh pelech. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Malchutecha, Malchutecha, ra'u banecha, rokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, se'eliyanu ve'amru, se'eliyanu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. On the next page, 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. 162. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'Toratam b'ridolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'Toratam b'ridolam. Beni uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'Toratam b'ridolam. Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'Toratam b'ridolam. Ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'Toratam b'ridolam. Again, Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'Toratam b'ridolam. As we're about to begin our Amidah together, we'll turn to the next page, 164, and please rise. As we center ourselves, get ready for the central point of our service. Let's turn the page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah v'Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Ve'koneh Hakol Ve'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Hako Atah Rav Le'Hoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechaokel Chayim Bechesed Mechaye Hako Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Ve'Rofech Cholim U'Matir Asurim U'Mekayem אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We pause now for a moment of silent prayer, either with the words from our hearts or the words on the page. Once you're done, you may be seated. We have reached the point in the service where we will put the keva, the words of the page, on pause and focus on our kahila, on our community. So we're going to go around, and if you have some joy that you would like to share with us today, please feel free to share it with us, and I'll repeat it into the microphone so those on the stream can hear it also. And yeah, would anyone like to go first? Who's got joy this week? Yes.
Well, I'm obviously very happy. My son's home for several weeks. Break and always pleasant.
Yes, thank you. The joy of having a son home for the holidays. I believe my mother can relate. Yes, Lori.
It's a joy to welcome our guests for our Winter Relief Program.
Yes, it's so wonderful that we have so many guests here from the Winter Relief Program, some of which are joining us here in the sanctuary right now. We're so happy to have you. Yes, absolutely. What other joy? Yes.
Well, my joy will be coming to visit me in a couple of days, and that will be lovely. My son is coming down, and I'll have a day or two with him.
Amazing. A soon-to-be visit home for the holidays from the son. Very good. What else we got? More joy?
Okay, I'll do one. I'll try one.
Go for it.
So my joy is my uncle and actually that's my only uncle that is still alive. He just turned 100.6.
And 100.6?
Yes, meaning
Point
100
six,
years
okay.
and 6 months.
In 6 months, so it would be 100.5, right? Because 6 months is half, 12, there's 12 months in a year.
Yeah,
So
so this
6
is
months
six,
is
yeah.
0.5, right? 100.5 years, wow.
No, 0.6.
0.6.
Because he's born in June, so this is half a year for him.
So half is 0.5.
Yes.
Because, yeah. Great, we're on the same page. 100 and a half. What a wonderful, wonderful milestone. Yes, Anna.
I'm very proud to be sitting here next to the proud parents of you.
The joy of sitting next to my wonderful mother in services. Well, you're not sitting next to her. Sure, if you're 2 people over, it doesn't count. Sure, one is this the 0.5. Yeah, exactly. Any more joy?
Well, I
Art?
have a
Yes.
listening to you sing, because I don't get the chance, so.
The joy of being here for me singing. Thank you so much. It's very, very kind. I'd like to introduce a little blessing for the joy. I know the rabbi has his blessing that he likes to do. My blessing is on page 371, right under Misha Berach. It's called Birkat HaGomel, the Thanksgiving blessing. And it goes like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shekma lanu kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov. Try kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov kol tov. Kol tov means all good, and here we have all good things. So much joy happening. Thank you so much. Along with our joy, of course, comes the sadness and the knowledge that we have people in our community who are in need of healing, whether that's physical healing or emotional or spiritual healing. So we are going to, in a moment, say Misha Berach. And if there is anyone in your life who you'd like to share with the community, as I pass my hand around the room, you can share their name. So we'll start on 371. Misha Berach Avotenu v'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et hacholim.
Reva Kelly, Cookie Home.
Alison Herman.
And we also add all those affected by the war in Israel. Hakadosh Baruch Hu Yimale Rachamim Alehem Lehachalimam Ulrapotam Uchazikam V'yishlach Lahem Mehera Refuah Shlema Min Hashamayim Refuat HaNefesh Urefuat HaGuf Hashta Bagala Uvizman Kariv V'nomar Amen. May the bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, all right. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I have some words of Torah for you as soon as I can pull it up. Here we go. So, this week's Torah portion is Parashat Vayigash, which means, and he approached. And this refers to Judah approaching the vizier of Egypt, who was actually his brother Joseph, but he doesn't know this at the time. So this portion tells a really important part of the Joseph story. At the end of last week's Torah portion, Joseph decided to test his brothers to see if they'd learned from their past crimes. If you recall, they had, many decades prior, sold him into slavery on account of jealousy. Joseph decided to test them many decades later to see if they have improved as people since then. So what he did was he hid his expensive silver cup in the bag of his youngest brother Benjamin, who he knew was his father Jacob's second favorite, only after Joseph himself. And when it was revealed that Benjamin stole his favorite cup, Joseph had them all come back, and he demanded that Benjamin stay back as his slave as punishment for his crime. But Vayigash, Judah, approaches Joseph, and in tears he offers to stay in Benjamin's place. After all, they had promised Jacob that Benjamin would return home safely. Our father wouldn't be able to take it, he pleads, if Benjamin did not return. So things get more intense and emotions mount, and eventually Joseph just can't take it anymore. He gets all of his guards and stuff out of the room, and he reveals himself to his brothers. He says, "I'm Joseph, I'm your long-lost brother." So of course there's tears and there's hugging and so on and so forth. Joseph is like, "Listen, let's let bygones be bygones, and actually it was all for the better anyway. Look at all the lives that God has let me save by being in this position as the vizier of Egypt. So go get Dad and come move here to Egypt. You know, I'll get you a nice home, plenty of room, plenty of food. We'll be close to each other. We can see each other all the time." So they've made up. Joseph has decided to forgive and move on, as he's seen his brothers willing to sacrifice themselves for each other. So the brothers go back to Jacob, and they tell him the news, and of course he can hardly believe it. He packs up his stuff, and he gets going right away. He makes it as far as Beersheba, which, if you know the geography of Israel, is not that far from Hebron, which is where he's coming from. But he spends the night there. And God appears to him in a dream. And God says to Jacob, "Yaakov, Yaakov." And Jacob responds, "Hineni." Does this sound familiar? Where does that sound familiar from? From the binding of Isaac, right? From when the angel calls down to Abraham, "Avraham, Avraham," and he says, "Hineni." Hineni means "here I am." So in the Akedah, in the Abraham story, where he is just about to sacrifice his son Isaac, he's in this like crazy emotional state, right? Where he must be so conflicted, where on the one hand, everything inside him is telling him, "This is my son, what can I possibly be doing?" And he knows he has to obey God, who's all powerful and is telling him to do this thing. So he's, I can't even imagine what mental state that must be. And God calls out to interrupt his crazy train of thought, saying, "Abraham, Abraham," pulling him back down to earth. And he responds, "Hineni, I'm here, I'm listening." And it's the same thing with Jacob in this instance. Just think about all the things that are on his mind. Like, oh my gosh, my son, my favorite son, who I haven't heard from in maybe 50 years, is calling me to come back. What if he doesn't like me anymore? What if this is all, a trick played by the Pharaoh of Egypt? Or what if, what are all these other what ifs that he could be thinking of? at the same time, he's so excited to see his long-lost son, and it's just a crazy, conflicted emotional state. And he goes to bed, he's thinking about all this, he's dreaming about all this, and God calls down, Yaakov, Yaakov, come back down to earth, everything's going to be okay. I, earlier this semester when I was at school, I went to a really interesting teaching. It was a lesson from the Talmud about an account as to how the 3 services of the day came to be. So in the morning we have Shacharit, that's the morning service. In the afternoon we have Mincha, the afternoon service. And in the evening, like we're doing right now, is Ma'ariv, the evening service. And the Talmud tells us that each of those 3 services was invented by a different patriarch. Abraham invented Shacharit right after he witnessed the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Yitzchak invented Mincha right before he was going to meet his bride-to-be, Rivka, as she was, coming back over the field on the camel. He just sees her off in the distance, and he starts praying. And Jacob, he invents the Ma'ariv prayer, the evening prayer, after fleeing from his brother Esau, just before he wrestles the angel. And if you think about the emotional states of all 3 of these patriarchs when they turned to prayer, they had so much running through their minds. For Abraham, it was, look at this wasteland before me. I just saw God rain down fire onto these 2 cities. That really leaves an impact on somebody. For Isaac, he's about to meet the person he's going to marry. That's certainly a big deal. I'm sure he's got all these conflicting emotions about it. And Jacob, after tricking his brother and fleeing for the hills, and, he's also in a very heightened emotional state. And all 3 of them in this time of emotions, of feelings, they turn to God. They just start praying. They can't help themselves. And it's the same thing with, as I was saying before, the calls of Hineni. It's a groundingness. So why do people pray? It's because there's all this stuff going on, and you need to make sense of it all, and you need to center yourself. And prayer helps us do that, and God helps us do that. When we have a million things on our mind, which I know we all do, and in fact I can think of 129 of them right now, prayer exists to help us make sense of it all, to help us recenter ourselves. So, my blessing for you all this evening is whenever you're feeling overwhelmed by all the crap out in the world, take a minute and listen. Hear the voice of God, whatever that sounds like to you, maybe the wind, maybe a waterfall, maybe your mother, calling out your name, bringing you back to earth, and you'll respond, Hineni. Shabbat Shalom. Let's continue our service on page 586 with Aleinu. I invite you all to rise in body or in spirit. You may be seated briefly. We now call to mind all those in our hearts who are no longer with us, with the Mourners Kaddish, whether it's those who have passed away recently in the last 7 days or 30 days or 11 months. Or maybe it's around the anniversary of their passing, called their yahrzeit. We have several people we're remembering right now. We're remembering David Postal, the brother of Toby Headings, and we're remembering Herb Ableys, the husband of Sally Ableys. And for those who this is the anniversary of their death, their yahrzeit, we have Stuart Floam, Paul Schild, Yunya Dlugak, Roz Beck Eichelman, Stephen Barry Kay, Phyllis Krasner, Lester Krushat, Barbara Ann Markle, Alan Solinger, Norman Harold Katz, Gladys Miller, Robert Lee Cohen, Helen Goldstein, Selma Schwartz, Violet Cheskis, Lena Levin Eisenstein, Martin Tillotman. And if anyone else has any names they'd like to add to our list, you can do so now. Thank you. And we also have in our hearts all those who have lost their lives due to the violence in Israel and Gaza. We turn to page 598 for the words of Mourner's Kaddish. I invite you all to rise if it is your custom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala uvizman kariv imru, amen. Yehe shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam u'amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Please be seated. Okay, for announcements, wherever would you like to give the announcements? Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
I want to say thank you so much to Noah for being our second rabbi tonight.
Such
I
a
was
pleasure.
thinking with the parents, I said, I don't know where you guys expect him to end up, but I am seeing in the future cantorial rabbi. So I'm throwing that out there because he's amazing. He is awesome. So thank you. Thank you. Every time we learn so much from you, and just the fact that we watch you grow up and here you are, you're giving right back to us. Thank you. And thanks to the wonderful parents. Thanks for the support. So thanks to everyone that's here tonight. And of course, these are worth mentioning. So we are having a pancake breakfast Sunday, January 7th at 10 a.m. See the weekly email or call the temple to find out. How green do you or your loved ones want to be? Reform Jewish perspectives on new and traditional burial options. It's going to be here Sunday, January 21st at 10 a.m. This program is organized by Hineni. So thank you, Jill, the mother of Noah. International Holocaust Remembrance Day program, Saturday, January 27th at 6:30 p.m. And you guys have to make it because that's my birthday. This program is organized by the Sisterhood. Now, dinner, night out, or temple, as a temple fundraiser at La Posta in Severna Park. It's a beautiful restaurant. You'll love it. And that's Tuesday, January 30th. This is a fundraiser for the temple, and more information will come for this. Annual appeal continues. We have only 10 days left for the ending of the year match. So please look at the email. You know it's going on. We have 10 days before year ends, so just strike the checks because remember, that's a big tax deduction. So Shabbat Shalom and see you guys out in the lobby.
Thank you, Merv, so much. I'll also add welcome once again to all of our guests who are here for Winter Relief. If it doesn't say this on here, but they always need volunteers. So I'm sure if you would like to volunteer and you haven't signed up yet, I'm sure they won't say no. Yeah. Thank you to Merv for being up here on the bima with me. Thank you to Jody Meisenberg and Ali Messenger for ushering today. We'll conclude our service first with Motzi on page 606, and then we'll finish with the song Salam, which can be found on page 657. But first, Motzi 606. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz Shabbat Shalom. There we go. Page 657. Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu Ve'al Kol Ha'olam. Salam, Salam, Salam Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu Ve'al Kol Ha'olam. Salam, Salam, Salam Aleinu Ve'al Kol Ha'olam. Salam, Salam. One last time. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Shabbat Shalom.